जय जय शिशि गुरु गौरांग गंधार्विक गिरिधारी शिशि राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जय श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरन मोहन जू की जय नित्यानंद प्रभु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जय नित्यानंद प्रभु विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जय Nityālila Pravishram Vishnupāra Shutara Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityālila Pravishram Vishnupāra Shutara Shishmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityālila Pravishram Vishnupāra Shutara Shishmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityālila Pravishram Maha Bhagavat Srila Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityālila Pravishra Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Nityālila Pravishra Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunātha Shri Jeev Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunātha Shar Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जय श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जय श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय श्री भक्ति देवी की जय श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जय श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव जय श्री दंड महोत्सव की जय नदी चिरा महोत्सव की जय श्रीमान नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि की जय स्वापार्षद श्री गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय जय श्री रघुनाथ दास गोस्वामी पाद की जय जय श्री राघव पंडित की जय श्री दमयंती देवी की जय जय स्वापार्षद श्री गौर हरि की जय श्री चैतन्य-caritāmṛta की जय श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी पाद की जय जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams everybody. So this is our new member of the house. This is Shamali Dhenu. But she's a little bit upset, quite upset actually, to not be with her family, because she at Gopinath Gaudiya Math, there were 40 other cows there, and so yeah, this is a very new situation for her. I think I'll sit over here. Yeah, all right. But I think if I spend over time, what I heard is that after a week or so, then they start to become used to the new situation. And I'm trying to spend lots of time with her here just so she gets used to me. But anyhow, all right, let's begin. Today, I'll do a short Mangalacharan and then we will start our session. Today we're going to be reading from Caitanya-caritāmṛta about Daṇḍa-mahotsava, the Daṇḍa-mahotsava. All right, just sharing my screen. All right. Where is it? All right. Ajnana-timirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai shri guruve namaha guruve gaurachandraya radhikaya tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya namo namaha. Ajanulambita bujokkanakavadhato sankirtanaika pitaro kamalaya taksho Vishvambaro Dvijavaro Yugadharma Palo Vande Jagat Priyakaro Karunavataro. I'm going to just skip to here. Tavaivasmi, na jivami tvaya vina Iti vigyaya radhe tvam nayamam charanantikam Bhaktya vihina aparada lakshay kshiptastakama dittaranga madhe Kripa mai tvam sharanam prapanna Vrinde namaste charanaravindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityānanda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Alright, so yeah, I was actually torn. I didn't know what we should read, directly from Caitanya-caritāmṛta and Srila Prabhupada's purports, or if we should read this from Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj. But because this is also very beautiful, but I think last time we read this, so this time I'm going to read directly from Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Let me make the text a little bit smaller. Settings. Here. Okay. All right. Chapter 6 of Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Antya-līlā. The meeting of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Raghunātha Gosvāmī. Kripa Gunarya what's the meter for this? Kripa Gunarya Kugrahanda Kupar Udrita Bhangya Raghunātha Dasam Nyasya Sarupe Vidadentarangam Shri Krishna Chaitanyam Amung Prapadye. With the ropes of his causeless mercy, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu employed a trick to deliver Raghunātha Das Goswami from the blind well of contemptible family life. He made Raghunātha Das Goswami one of his personal associates, placing him under the charge of Swarup Damodar Goswami. I offer my obeisances unto him. Jai. So that's the Mangalacharan for this verse. Oh, and just before we start, I want to see everybody who's here. Hare Krishna, Sri Devi Didi, Kana Haladar, Manjulali Didi, Anjali Didi, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Madhavendra Puri Prabhu, Archana Didi, Manjari Didi, Shubhananda Prabhu, Champak Mataji, and then let's see on YouTube and Facebook all those there. Nri Hari Prabhu and Papatarani Mataji and whoever else is there watching. I see there are 3 people there. Hare Krishna. Alright. So. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityānanda, Jai Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Lord Nityānanda. all glories to Sri Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna Sarveshwari Mataji and Chatamai Didi Haribo. Okay. E mata Gora Chandra Bhakta Gana Sange Nila Chale Nana Lila Kore Nana Range. Thus, Lord Gaurachandra performed various pastimes with his associates at Jagannath Puri in varieties of transcendental pleasure. I'm going to just read the translations for some time, and then I'll start reading the Bengali once we get to Raghunātha, like the Daṇḍa-mahotsava. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt pangs of separation from Krishna, he did not manifest his feelings externally, for he feared the unhappiness of his devotees. The transformations undergone by the Lord when he manifested severe unhappiness due to separation from Krishna cannot be described. When the Lord acutely felt pangs of separation from Krishna, only Sri Ramananda Rai's talks about Krishna and the sweet songs of Swarup Damodar kept him alive. Because the Lord associated with various devotees during the day, his mind was somewhat diverted. But at night, the pangs of separation from Krishna increased very rapidly. Two people, Ramananda Rai and Swarup Damodar Gosvāmī, stayed with the Lord to pacify him by reciting various verses about Krishna's pastimes and by singing appropriate songs for his satisfaction. Previously, when Lord Krishna was personally present, Subal, one of his cowherd boyfriends, gave him happiness when he felt separation from Radharani. Similarly, Ramananda Rai helped give happiness to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Previously, when Srimati Radharani felt the pangs of separation from Krishna, her constant companion, Lalita, kept her alive by helping her in many ways. Similarly, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt Radharani's emotions, Swarup Damodar Gosvāmī helped him maintain his life. Interesting. This is kind of a little bit of proof that Swarup Damodar Gosvāmī is Lalita, right? Because we were just reading in, right? Weren't we reading? No, we're reading about Raya Ramananda. Is that yeah. Okay, anyways. To describe the fortunate position of Ramananda Rai and Swarup Damodar Gosvāmī is extremely difficult. They were renowned as intimately confidential friends of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord thus enjoyed his life with his devotees. O devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now hear how Raghunath Das Goswami met the Lord. When Raghunath Das, during his family life, went to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Shantipur, the Lord gave him worthy instructions by his causeless mercy. Instead of becoming a so-called renunciate, Raghunath Das, following the instructions of the Lord, returned home and played exactly as a pounds and shillings man. Raghunath Das was inwardly completely renounced, even in family life, but he did not express his renunciation externally. Instead, he acted just like an ordinary businessman. Seeing this, his father and mother were satisfied. When he received a message that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had returned to Mathura city, Raghunath Das endeavored to go to the lotus feet of the Lord. At that time, there was a Muslim official collecting the taxes of Saptagram. When Hiranyadas, Raghunath Das's uncle, made an agreement with the government to collect taxes, the Muslim Chaudhuri, or tax collector, having lost his position, became extremely envious of him. Hiranyadas was collecting 2 million coins, and therefore should have delivered 1.5 million to the government. Instead, he was giving only 1,200,000, 1.2 million, thus making an extra profit of 300,000 coins. Seeing this, the Muslim Chaudhuri, who was a Turk, became his rival. Interesting, he was a Turk. What does it say? She Turuk. Turuk kichu na paya. Hoilo pratipaka. After sending a confidential account to the government treasury, the Chaudhuri brought the minister in charge. The Chaudhuri came, wanting to arrest Hiranyadas. But Hiranyadas had left home. Therefore, the Chaudhuri arrested Raghunātha Das. Every day, the Muslim would chastise Raghunātha Das and tell him, bring your father and his elder brother, otherwise you will be punished." The Chaudhuri wanted to beat him, but as soon as he saw Raghunāth's face, his mind changed and he could not beat him. Indeed, the Chaudhuri was afraid of Raghunātha Das because Raghunātha Das belonged to the Kayastha community. Although the Chaudhuri would chastise him with oral vibrations, he was afraid to beat him. While this was going on, Raghunātha Das thought of a tricky method of escape. Thus, he humbly submitted this plea at the feet of the Muslim Chaudhuri. So Raghunātha Das said, "My dear sir, my father and his elder brother are your brothers. All brothers always fight about something. Sometimes brothers fight among themselves, and sometimes they have friendly dealings. There is no certainty when such changes will take place. Thus, I am sure that although today you are fighting, tomorrow you three brothers will be sitting together in peace. Just as I am my father's son, so I am also yours. I am your dependent, and you are my maintainer. Ami tomar palya, tumi amar palak." For a maintainer to punish the person he maintains is not very good. You are expert in all the scriptures. Indeed, you are like a living saint. Jinda pir. When the Muslim heard Raghunātha Das's appealing voice, his heart softened. He began to cry, and tears glided down his beard. The Muslim Chaudhuri took Raghunātha Das. "You are my son from this day on. Today, by some means, I shall have you released." After informing the minister, the Chaudhuri released Raghunātha Das and then began to speak to him with great affection. "Your father's elder brother is less intelligent," the Chaudhuri said. "He enjoys 800,000 coins. But since I'm also a shareholder, he should give some portion of it to me. Now you go arrange a meeting between me and your uncle. Let him do whatever he thinks best. I shall completely depend on his decision." Raghunātha Das arranged a meeting between his uncle and the Chaudhuri. The matter was settled and everything was peaceful. In this way, Raghunātha Das passed 1 year, exactly like a first-class business manager. But the next year, he again decided to leave home. Just making sure the mic is okay. It looks like it, right? It sounds okay, right? Yeah. Okay. So the next year he again decided to leave home. He got up alone one night and left, but his father caught him in a distant place and brought him back. This became almost a daily affair. Raghunātha would run away from home, and his father would again bring him back. Then Raghunātha Das's mother spoke to his father as follows. "Putra batul hoilo. Our son has become mad," she said. "Just keep him by binding him with ropes." His father, being very unhappy, replied to her as follows. "Raghunātha Das, our son, has opulences like Indra, like the heavenly king, and his wife is as beautiful as an angel. Yet all this could not tie down his mind. How then could we keep this boy home by binding him with ropes? It is not possible even for one's father to nullify the reactions of one's past activities. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has fully bestowed his mercy on him. Who can keep home such a madman of Sri Chaitanya Chandra? Then Raghunātha Das considered something in his mind, and the next day he went to Nityānanda Gosai. In the village of Pāṇihāṭī, Raghunātha Das obtained an interview with Nityānanda Prabhu, who is accompanied by many kirtan performers, servants, and others. So Pāṇihāṭī grame paila Prabhur darshan kirtaniya sevak shange ar bahujan. Ganga tire vrikhamule pindar upare boshi achen jeno koti suryodoy kore. Sitting on a rock under a tree on the bank of the Ganga, Lord Nityananda seemed as effulgent as hundreds of thousands of rising suns. Koti suryodoy. I'll sing it. Tale upare bahu bhakta hoyache beshtita deki prabhur prabhava Raghunātha vismita. Many devotees sat on the ground surrounding him. Seeing the influence of Nityānanda Prabhu, Raghunātha Das was astonished. Dandavata hoyashe porila koto dure sevaka kohe Raghunātha dandavata kore. Raghunātha Das offered his obeisances by falling prostrate at a distant place. And the servant of Nityānanda Prabhu pointed out, "There is Raghunātha Das offering you obeisances." Shuni Prabhu kohe chorai dili darashana ao ajitor korimu dandan. Hearing this, Lord Nityananda said, "Chora, you are a thief. Dili darashan, I will, it says Dili darashan. Now you have come to see me. Come here. Ao, ajitor korimu dandan. Today I shall punish you." Prabhu bolai teho nikate na kore, Prabhu bolai teho nikate na kore gaman. Akarshiya tar mate Prabhu dhorila charan. The Lord called him, but Raghunātha Das did not go near the Lord. Then the Lord forcibly caught him and placed his lotus feet upon Raghunātha Das's head. I'm going to sit back here. This is better. Okay. There. Okay. Kotuki Nityānanda Sahaj. Sorry. So, yes. Raghunātha Das did not go near the Lord, but then the Lord forcibly caught him and placed his lotus feet upon Raghunātha Das's head. Akarshiya tar mate Prabhu dhorila charan. Kotuki Nityānanda sahaje doyamoy Raghunātha kohe kichu hoya sadoy. Lord Nityananda was by nature very merciful and funny. Kotuki. Being merciful, he spoke to Raghunātha Das as follows. Nikate na aisho chora, bhago dure dure, aji lag payachi dandimu tomare. You are just like a thief. Yes, chora, you're just like a thief. For instead of coming near, you stay away at a distant place. Nikate na aisho bhago dure dure. Now that I have captured you, today aji lag payachi dandimu tomare, I shall punish you. Dodi chira bakhan koraho mor gane, shuni anandita hoilo Raghunātha mane. Make a festival and feed all my associates yogurt and chipped rice. Hearing this, Raghunath Das was greatly pleased. She khone nijalo Pāṇihāṭī grame, Bhakya dravya loka shab grama hoite ane. Raghunath Das immediately sent his own men to the village to purchase all kinds of eatables and bring them back. Chiradari dugda sandesha archini kola, Shabadravya anaya chodike dhorila. Raghunath Das brought chipped rice, yogurt, milk, sweetmeats, sugar, bananas, and other eatables and placed them all around. Mahotsava nam shuni brahmana sajan, ashite lagilo lok asankya ganan. As soon as they heard a festival was going to be held, all kinds of Brahmins and other gentlemen began to arrive. Thus, there were innumerable people. Ar gramantara hoite samagri anilo, shata dui chari holna taha anailo. Seeing the crowd increasing, Raghunath Das arranged to get more eatables from other villages. He also brought 200 to 400 large, round earthen pots. Boro boro mritkundika anailo pancha sate, Ekka vipra prabhu lagi chira bhijai tate. He also obtained 5 or 7 especially large earthen pots. And in these pots, a Brahmin began soaking chipped rice for the satisfaction of Lord Nityananda. Ekathai tapta dugde chira bhijaya, ardhek chanilo dadhi chini kola diya. In one place, chipped rice was soaked in hot milk in each of the large pots. Then half the rice was mixed with yogurt, sugar, and bananas. Ar ardhek ghana vrita dugdete chanilo, champa kola chini ghrita karpura tate dilo. The other half was mixed with condensed milk and a special type of banana known as champa kola. Then sugar, clarified butter, and camphor were added. Dhuti pori prabhu jadi pindate boshila, sata kundi vipratar agete dhorila. After Nityānanda Prabhu had changed his cloth for a new one and sat on a raised platform, the Brahman brought before him the 7 huge pots. Wow, 7 huge pots. Chabutara upare jata prabhur nija gane, boro boro loko boshila mandali rachane. On that platform, all the most important associates of Nityānanda Prabhu, as well as other important men, sat down in a circle around the Lord. Ramadasa Sundarananda Dasa Gadadhar, Murari Kamalakar Sadashiva Purandar. Among them were Ramdas, Sundarananda, Gadadhar Das, Murari, Kamalakar, Sadashiv, and Purandar. The other day, my friend Damodar, he tested me. He said, "Tell me the names of all the Dwadash Gopals." That was a fun game. I think I got 10 out of 13. But yeah. Dhananjay Jagadish Parameshwar. Oops, I was reading the translation as a verse. Dhananjay Jagadish Parameshwar Das, Mahesha Gauri Das, Hora Krishna Das. Dhananjay Jagadish Parameshwar Das, Mahesh Gauri Das, and Hoda Krishnadas were also there. Udharana datta adi jatta nijagan, upare boshila sab ke kore ganan. Similarly, Udharan Datta Thakur and many other personal associates of the Lord sat on the raised platform with Nityānanda Prabhu. No one could count them all. And Srila Prabhupada gives a description of each of these associates in his purport. Shuni Pandita Bhattacharya Jatta Vipra Aila Manya Kori Prabhu Sabare Upare Boshaila. Hearing about the festival, all kinds of learned scholars, Brahmins, and priests went there. Lord Nityānanda Prabhu honored them and made them sit on the raised platform with him. Dui dui mrita kundalika sabar Dui dui mrit kundika sabar age dilo Eke dugda chira are dadhi chira koilo. Everyone was offered 2 earthen pots. In one pot was put chipped rice with condensed milk, and the other chipped rice with yogurt. One was dugda chira, and the other was dadhi chira. Dugda chira, dadhi chira. Ar joto lok shab chautara talane mandali bandhe boshila tar na hoy ganane. All the other people sat in groups around the platform. No one could count how many people there were. Ekeka janare dui holna dilo Dodi chira dugda chira duite bhijailo. Each and every one of them was supplied 2 earthen pots, one of chipped rice soaked in yogurt, and the other of chipped rice soaked in condensed milk. Yes, Dadi chira and Dugda chira. Kono kono vipra upare stana na paiya, dui holnai chira bijay ganga tire giya. That must have been difficult, like eating with, with a pot of yogurt and in 2 hands. How do you eat that? Like when your hands are both of your hands are holding 2 pots. Anyways, they probably had to keep it in there like that. And anyways, some of the brahmanas, not having gotten a place on the platform, went to the bank of the Ganga with their 2 earthen pots and soaked their chipped rice there. Tire stana na paya ar koto jan jole nami dodi chira koroe bakhon. Others, who could not get a place even on the bank of the Ganga, got down into the water and began eating their 2 kinds of chipped rice. So they were standing in the Ganga eating their chipped rice because it was so jam-packed with people. Keho upare, keho tole, keho Ganga tire, bishajan tina thai pariveshan kore. Thus, some sat on the platform, some sat at the base of the platform, and some sat on the bank of the Ganga. And they were all supplied 2 pots each by the 20 men who distributed the food. Heno kale aila thata Raghava pandita, hasite lagila dekhi hoya vismita. At that time, Raghav Pandit arrived there. Seeing the situation, he began to laugh in great surprise. Nishakri. Wow, how do you say that word? Nishakri nana mata prasada anilo. Prabhure age diya Prabhure age diya bhakta gane banti dilo. What's that mean even? I don't even know. He brought many kinds of food, cooked in ghee and offered to the Lord. Okay. This prasadam he first placed before Lord Nityānanda and then distributed among the devotees. Sakari. প্রভুরে কহে তোমা লাগি ভোগ লাগাইল তুমি ইহা উৎসব করো ঘরে prasada রহিল. Raghav Pandit said to Lord Nityananda, "For you, sir, for you, O Nityananda, I have already offered food to the deity. But you are engaged in a festival here, and so the food is lying there, untouched." Prabhu kohe e dravya dine koriye bhojan ratre tomar ghare prasara korimu bhakhan. Lord Nityananda replied, "Let me eat all this food here during the day, and I shall eat at your home at night." Gopa jati ami bahu gopa gana shange ami sukapai e pulin bhojan range. I belong to a community of cowherd boys, and therefore I generally have many cowherd associates with me. I am happy when we eat together in a picnic like this by the sandy bank of the river. Pulin bhojan. Raghave boshaiya dui kundi deo waila Raghava dvividha chira tate bhijaila. Lord Nityananda made Raghava Pandit sit down and had 2 pots delivered to him also. There are 2 kinds of chipped rice. There are 2 kinds of chipped rice soaked in them. Shakaloker chira purna jabe hoilo dhyane tabe prabhu mahaprabhure anilo. When chipped rice had been served to everyone, Lord Nityānanda Prabhu in meditation brought Sri Caitanya-Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu aila dekhi nitai uthila tare loya sabar chira dekhite lagila. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived, Lord Nityananda stood up. They then saw how the others were enjoying the chipped rice. They then saw how the others were enjoying the chipped rice with yogurt and condensed milk. There's a picture of this also. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, there's also a picture of Nityānanda placing his feet on Raghunātha Gosvāmī's head. It's very beautiful, but anyways, maybe we can look at that after. Where is the photo though? I downloaded it. Here. Look at this. See? Nityānanda had Mahaprabhu manifest there. There's Raghunātha Gosvāmī. Alright. What happened? What the heck? There. Okay. Shakala kundir holnar chidar ek gras prabhur mukhe den kori parihas. From each and every pot, Lord Nityānanda Prabhu took 1 morsel of chipped rice and pushed it into the mouth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a joke. Hasi Mahaprabhurar ek grasa loya tar mukhe diya khawai hasiya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also smiling, took a morsel of food and pushed it into the mouth of Nityananda and laughed as he made Lord Nityananda eat it. E mata nitai bule shakala mandale dandaiya ranga dekhe Vaishnava shakale. In this way, Lord Nityananda was walking through all groups of eaters, and all the Vaishnavas standing there were seeing the fun. Ki koriya bedai iha keho nahi jane Mahaprabhur darshana pai kono bhagyavane. No one could understand what Nityānanda Prabhu was doing as he walked about. Some, however, who were very fortunate, could see Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also present. Okay, so only some very fortunate souls, Kono Bhagavani, they were able to see these pastimes of Mahaprabhu and Nityānanda Prabhu. Jai Ho. Alright. Tobe hasi Nityānanda boshila asane Chari kundi aroya chira rakila dahine. Then Nityananda Prabhu smiled and sat down. On his right side, he kept 4 pots of chipped rice that had not been made from boiled paddy. Asan diya Mahaprabhu re taha boshaila, dui bhai tobe chira khaite lagila. Lord Nityananda offered Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu a place and had him sit down. Then together, the 2 brothers began eating chipped rice. Dekhi Nityānanda Prabhu anandita hoila, koto koto bhavavesh prakasha korila. Seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eating with him, Lord Nityananda Prabhu became very happy and exhibited varieties of ecstatic love. Bhavavesh prakash korila. Agya dila hari boli koroho bhojan, hari hari dvani uthi bhorilo bhuvan. Hari bol koroho bhojan. No, hari boli koroho bhojan. Lord Nityananda Prabhu ordered, all of you eat koroho bhojan, chanting the holy name of Hari, Hari Boli, Hari Bolia. Immediately, the holy names of Hari Hari resounded, filling the entire universe. Bhorilo Bhuvan, the entire universe was filled with the Hari Hari Dhwani, the sounds of Hari Hari. Hari Hari Boli Vaishnav Koroye Bhojan, Pulina Bhojana Sabar Hoilo Smaran. When all the Vaishnavas were chanting the holy names, Hari Hari, and eating, they remembered how Krishna and Balaram ate with their companions, the cowherd boys, on the bank of the Yamuna. Nityānanda Mahaprabhu, Kripalu Udar, Raghunāther Bhagye Eto Koila Angikar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu are extremely merciful and liberal. They are Kripalu and Udar. That also means generous, right? Udar means generous. It was Raghunath Dasa's good fortune that they accepted all these dealings. Nityānanda Prabhava Kripa Jani Bekono Jan, Mahaprabhu Ani Korai Pulina Bhojan. Who can understand the influence and mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhu? He is so powerful that he induced Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to come eat chipped rice on the bank of the Ganga. Shri Rama Dasadi Gopa Prema Vishta Hoila, Ganga Tire Yamuna Pulina Jnana Koila. All the confidential devotees who were cowherd boys, headed by Sri Ramdas, were absorbed in ecstatic love, Prema Vishta. They thought the bank of the Ganga to be the bank of the Yamuna. Mahotsava Shuni Pashari Nana Grama Hoite, Chira Dodi Sandesh Kola Anilo Bechite. When the shopkeepers of many other villages heard about the festival, they arrived there to sell chipped rice, yogurt, sweetmeats, and bananas. Jotto dravya loya aise shab mulya koriloy, tar dravya mulya diya tahare khawai. As they came, bringing all kinds of food, Raghunath Das purchased it all. He gave them the price for their goods, and later fed them the very same food. So he bought the sandesh, the bananas, everything. He bought them from him and then fed it to them. Fed the things that he bought from them. Kotuka dekhite ailo, joto joto jan, she chira dodhi kola korilo bakhan. Anyone who came to see how these funny things were going on was also fed chipped rice, yogurt, and bananas. Anybody who came, everybody got up. Yeah. Bhojan kori Nityānanda achamana koila, chari kundir avashesh Raghunātha dila. After Lord Nityananda Prabhu finished eating, he washed his hands and mouth and gave Raghunath Das the food remaining in the 4 pots. Artin kundikai avashesha chilo, Grase grase kori vipra shobe bhakti dilo. There was food remaining in the 3 other big pots of Lord Nityananda, and a Brahmin distributed it to all the devotees, giving a morsel to each. Getting the Mahaprasad, the Uchishta, the remnants of Nityananda Prabhu. Pushpamala vipra ani Prabhu gole dilo, Chandana aniya Prabhur sarvange lepilo. Then a Brahmin brought a flower garland, placed the garland on Nityananda Prabhu's neck, and smeared sandalwood pulp all over his body. Shevaka tambula loya kore samarpan, hasiya hasiya Prabhu koroye charvan. When a servant brought betel nuts and offered them to Lord Nityananda, the Lord smiled and chewed them. Mala chandana tambul shesha je achilo, Shri haste Prabhu taha sabakare banti dilo. With his own hands, Lord Nityananda Prabhu distributed to all the devotees whatever flower garlands, sandalwood pulp, and betel nuts remained. Anandita Raghunātha Prabhur shesha paya, apnar gana saha khaila bantiya. After receiving the remnants of food left by Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Raghunātha Das, who was greatly happy, ate some and distributed the rest among his own associates. It says shesh. I wonder, shesh, like he got everything that was left over, the last remnants, because shesh means end, finished, last. Eto kohilo Nityānanda vihar, Daṇḍa-mahotsava name khyati Daṇḍa-mahotsava name khyati jar. Thus I have described the pastimes of Lord Nityānanda Prabhu in relation to the celebrated festival of chipped rice and yogurt. On my Facebook page, I have a bunch of videos of Pāṇihāṭī. I went there last year. Last year or this year? No, last year. Prabhu Vishrama Koila Jadi Din Shesha Hoilo Raghava Mandire Tabe Kirtana Arambhilo. Nityananda Prabhu rested for the day, and when the day ended, he went to the temple of Raghav Pandit and began congregational chanting of the holy name of the Lord. Bhakta Shab Nachaya Nityananda Rai Sheshe Nritya Kore Preme Jagat Bhashai. Lord Nityananda Prabhu first influenced all the devotees to dance, and finally he himself began dancing, thus inundating the entire world in ecstatic love. Mahaprabhu tar nritya korena darshan, shabe Nityananda dekhe na dekhe anyajan. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was observing the dancing of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu could see this, but the others could not. Nityananda nritya jeno tahar nartane, upama dibar nahi etina bhuvane. The dancing of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, like the dancing of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, cannot be compared to anything within these 3 worlds. Nrityer madhuri ke barni bare pare, Mahaprabhu aise jay nritya dekhi bare. No one can properly describe the sweetness of Lord Nityananda's dancing. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, he comes to see it. Nrityer madhuri keva vani bare pare, Mahaprabhu aise jay nritya dekhi bare. Nritya kori Prabhu jabe vishrama korila, bhojaner lagi pandita nivedana koila. After the dancing, and after Lord Nityananda had rested, Raghav Pandit submitted his request that the Lord take supper. Bhojane boshila Prabhu nija gana loya, Mahaprabhur asana dahine patiya. Lord Nityānanda Prabhu sat down for supper with his personal associates and made a sitting place on his right side for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu ashishe asane boshilo, dekhi Raghaver mane ananda badilo. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there and sat down at his place. Seeing this, Raghav Pandit felt increasing happiness. Dui bhai age prasad aniya dhorila, shakala vaishnave piche pariveshan koila. Raghav Pandit brought the prasadam before the two brothers and thereafter distributed prasadam to all the other Vaishnavas. And again, I think only very fortunate people were able to see Mahaprabhu there. Right. Nana prakar pita payas divya shalyana amrita nindaye aiche vivida vyanjana. There were varieties of cakes, sweet rice, and fine cooked rice that surpassed the taste of nectar. There were also varieties of vegetables. Raghava Thakurer prasada amriter sar, Mahaprabhu jaha khaite aise bar bar. The food prepared and offered to the deity by Raghav Pandit was like the essence of nectar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there again and again to eat such prasadam. Paka kori Raghav jabe bhoga lagai, Mahaprabhur lagi bhoga pritaka badoi. When Raghav Pandit offered the food to the deity after cooking, he would make a separate offering for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Pratidin Mahaprabhu koren bhojan, madhe madhe Prabhu tare den darashan. Every day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would eat at the house of Raghav Pandit. Sometimes he would give Raghav Pandit the opportunity to see him. Dui bhaire Raghava ani pariveshe, jatna kori khawai narohe avasheshe. Raghav Pandit would bring and distribute prasadam to the two brothers, feeding them with great attention. They ate everything, and therefore there were no remnants left. Koto upahar ane heno nahi jani, Raghaver ghare rande Radha Thakurani. Wow. Raghaver ghare rande Radha Thakurani. He brought so many presentations that no one could know them perfectly. Indeed, it was a fact that the Supreme Mother, it says the Thakurani, so Srimati Radharani personally cooked in the house of Raghav Pandit. Radha Thakurani. Durvasar thai teho paya chen var amrita hoite pakatar adhika madhur. Srimati Radharani received from Durvasa Muni the benediction that whatever she cooked would be sweeter than nectar. Amrita hoite pakatar adhik madhur. That is a special feature of her cooking. Sugandhi sundar prasar madhuryer sar, dui bhai taha khaya santosh apar. Aromatic and pleasing to see, the food was the essence of all sweetness. Thus, the two brothers, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityānanda Prabhu, ate it with great satisfaction. Bhojane boshite Raghunātha kohe sarvajan, Pandit kohe iha pache koribe bhojan. All the devotees present requested Raghunātha Das to sit down and take prasadam. But Raghav Pandit told them, he will take prasadam later. So he can get the remnants, right? So yeah, he'll take prasad later. Bhaktagan akhanta bhoriya korilo bhojan, Haridwani kori uthi koila achaman.
all the devotees took prasadam, filling themselves to the brim. Thereafter, chanting the holy name of Hari, they stood up and washed their hands and mouths. Remember, everything that we're reading right now took place today, on this very day. Bhojan kori dui bhai koila achaman, Raghava ani poraila malya chandan. After eating, the two brothers washed their hands and mouths. Then Raghav Pandit brought flower garlands and sandalwood pulp and decorated them. Bira kawaila koila charana vandan, bhakta gane dila bira malya chandan. Raghav Pandit offered them betel nuts and worshipped their lotus feet. He also distributed betel nuts, flower garlands, and sandalwood pulp to the devotees. Raghaver kripa Raghunāther upare, dhui bhayer avashishta patra dila tare. Raghava Pandit, being very merciful towards Raghunātha, offered them the dishes with, Raghava Pandit, being very merciful toward Raghunātha, Raghaver kripa Raghunāther upare, he offered the dishes with the remnants of food left by the two brothers. Dui bhayer avashisht patra dilatare. He said, Caitanya kohila Caitanya goshai koriyachen bhojan, tar shesha paile tomar khondilo bandhan. Raghav Pandit said, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has eaten this food. If you take his remnants, you will be released from the bondage of your family. Wow, imagine how merciful that is. Mahaprabhu and Nityānanda Prabhu came to Raghav Pandit's own house, and instead of taking all the remnants for himself and for his family, but he gave them all to Raghunātha Gosvāmī. He said, if you take these remnants, you will be released from the bondage of your family. Bhakta chitte bhakta grihe sada avasthan, Kabu Gupta, Kabu Vyakta, Swatantra Bhagavan. The Supreme Personality of Godhead always resides either in the heart or in the home of a devotee. This fact is sometimes hidden, and sometimes manifest, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead is fully independent. It doesn't say either in the home, it says in both. It's in Bhakta Chitte, Bhakta Grihe, Sada Avasthan. So it's always situated in the heart of the devotee and in the home of a devotee. Sarvada Vyapaka Prabhur, Sada Sarvatra Vyapaka Prabhur, Sada Sarvatra Vas, Ihate Shankshai Jar, She Jai Nash. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is all-pervasive, and therefore he resides everywhere. Anyone who doubts this will be annihilated. Prate Nityānanda Prabhu Ganga Snana Koriya, She Vrikhamule Boshila Nija Gana Loya. In the morning, after taking his bath in the Ganga, Nityānanda Prabhu sat down with his associates beneath the same tree under which which he had previously sat. Raghunātha asi koila charana bandhan, Raghava Pandita dwara koila nivedan. Raghunātha went there and worshipped Lord Nityananda's lotus feet. Through Raghav Pandit, he submitted his desire. Adham pamar mui hina jivadham, Mor icha hoy paya Caitanya-caritāmṛta. So through Raghav Pandit, Raghunātha requested, he said, I am the lowest of men, the most sinful, fallen and condemned. Nevertheless, I desire to attain shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vamana hoya jeno, Chanda doribare chai, Aneka jatna koinu tate kabu siddhanoi. Like a dwarf who wants to catch the moon, I have tried my best many times, but I have never been successful. Jotobar polai ami grihadi chadiya, pita mata dui more rakhoye bandhiya. Every time I tried to go away and give up my home relationships, my father and mother unfortunately kept me bound. Tomar kripa bina keho Caitanya na pai, Tumi kripa koile tare adhame ho pai. No one can attain the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without your mercy. But if you are merciful, even the lowest of men can attain the shelter at his lotus feet. Ayogya moi nivedan korite kori bhoy, more Chaitanya deho goshai hoya sadoy. Although I am unfit and greatly afraid to submit this plea, I nevertheless request you, O Lord, to be merciful, to be especially merciful toward me by granting me shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Goshai, translated Goshai as sir. Mor mate pada dhori koroho prasad, nirvigne Chaitanya paya koro ashirvad. Placing your feet on my head, give me the benediction that I may achieve the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without difficulty. I pray for this benediction. Nirvigne Chaitanya paya koro ashirvad. Shuni hasi kohe Prabhu sab bhakta gane, ihar vishay sukha indra sukha. Interesting, it doesn't rhyme. Anyways, ihar vishay sukh indra sukha sama. After hearing this appeal by Raghunātha Das, Lord Nityānanda Prabhu smiled and told all the devotees. He said, Raghunātha Das's standard of material happiness is equal to that of Indra, the king of heaven. Caitanya-caritāmṛta sheho nahi bhai mane, shabe ashirvar koro pauk Caitanya-charane. Nityānanda continued, he said, because of the mercy bestowed upon him by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Raghunātha Das, although situated in such material happiness, does not like it at all. Therefore, let every one of you be merciful toward him and give him the benediction that he may very soon attain shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna para parma gandha jay jana pai, brahmaloka adi sukha tare nahi bhai. One who experiences the fragrance of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna does not value even the standard of happiness available in Brahmalok, the topmost planet. And what to speak of the heavenly planets? There's this verse from where? From Srimad Bhagavatam 5:14-43. It says, Yadustajan darasutan suhrid rajam hridis prisha jaho yuvaiva malavad, like stool, right? Uttama shloka lalasa. Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is offered sublime poetic prayers by those trying to attain his favor. Thus he is known as Uttama Shloka. Being very eager to gain the association of Lord Krishna, King Bharat, although in the prime of youth, gave up his very attractive wife, affectionate children, most beloved friends, and opulent kingdom, exactly as one gives up stool after excreting it. Tabe Raghunātha Prabhu nikate bolailo, tar mate pada dhori kohite lagila. Then Lord Nityānanda Prabhu called Raghunātha Das near him, placed his lotus feet upon Raghunātha Das's head, and began to speak. Let's find a picture of this. One second. Just take me 1 second. What is it? I think if I just type in Pāṇihāṭī Nityānanda, I think that will bring it up. Images. Wow, I've never seen all these pictures. Anyways, here's a picture. this one's small. Anyways, you can see here. See, look, there's Nityānanda Prabhu placing his foot on the head of Raghunātha's. Alright. Sorry, okay. So then Lord Nityānanda called Raghunātha near him, placed his lotus feet upon Raghunātha's head, and began to speak. Tumi je koraila e pulina bhojan, tomai kripa kori gor koila agaman. My dear Raghunātha, he said, since you arranged the feast on the bank of the Ganga, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu came here just to show you his mercy. Kripa kori koila chira dugda bhojan, nritya dekhi ratre koila prasada bakhan. By his causeless mercy, he ate the chipped rice and milk. Then, after seeing the dancing of the devotees at night, he took his supper. Tomar udharite gor aila apane, chutilo tomar joto vignadi bandhane. Lord Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu Gaur Hari came here personally to deliver you. Now rest assured that all the impediments meant for your bondage are gone. Swaruper stane toma koribe samarpane, antaranga bhritya boli rakhibe charane. Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu will accept you and place you under the charge of his secretary, Swarup Damodar. You will thus become one of the most confidential internal servants and will attain shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Nischinta hoya jaho apana bhavan, achire nirvagne pave Caitanya-charan. Being assured of all this, return to your own home. Very soon, without impediments, you will attain shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Shab bhakta dware tare ashirvar koraila, tasabar charan Raghunātha bandhila. Lord Nityānanda had Raghunātha blessed by all the devotees, and Raghunātha offered his respects to their lotus feet. Prabhu agya loya Vaishnaver agya loila, Raghava sohite nibhrite jukti korila. After taking leave of Lord Nityānanda Prabhu, and then all the other Vaishnavas, Sri Raghunātha consulted secretly with Raghav Pandit. Jukti kori shatamudra sonatola sate, nibhrite dila prabhur bhandarir hate. After consulting with Raghav Pandit, he secretly delivered 100 gold coins and about 7 tolas of gold into the hand of Nityānanda Prabhu's treasurer. Tare nishedhila prabhure ebe na kohiba, nija ghare jaben jabe tabe nivediba. Raghunātha admonished the treasurer. He said, do not speak about this to Lord Nityānanda Prabhu now, but when he returns home, kindly inform him about this presentation. Tabe Raghav Pandit tare ghare loila gela, Thakur darshana koraiya mala chandana dila. Thereupon, Raghav Pandit took Raghunātha to his home. After inducing him to see the deity, he gave Raghunātha a garland and sandalwood pulp. Aneka prasad dila pate khai bare, tabe puna Raghunātha kohe panditere. He gave Raghunātha a large quantity of prasadam to eat on his way home. Then Raghunātha again spoke to Raghav Pandit. Prabhur sange jata mahanta bhrita ashrita jan, pujite chahiye ami sabar charan. I want to give money, he said, just to worship the lotus feet of all the great devotees, servants, and subservants of Lord Nityānanda Prabhu. Bisha pancha dasha bar, dasha pancha hoy, mudra ke deho vichari jar, jata jogya hoy. As you think fit, give 20, 15, 12, 10, or 5 coins to each of them. I'm going to stop reading the Bengali now. I'm just going to read the translations. Raghunātha drew up an account of the amounts to be given and submitted it to Raghav Pandit, who then made up a list showing how much money was to be paid to each and every devotee. With great humility, Raghunātha Das placed 100 gold coins and about 2 tolas of gold before Raghav Pandit for all the other devotees. After taking dust from the feet of Raghav Pandit, Raghunātha Das returned to his home, feeling greatly obligated to Lord Nityānanda Prabhu because of having received his merciful benediction. Yes, he felt greatly obligated to Lord Nityānanda Prabhu. What does it say? Nityānanda Kripapaya Kritartha Manila. From that day on, he did not go into the interior section of the house. Instead, he would sleep on the Durga Mandap, the place where I don't think it refers actually to I think it's like a platform that you keep outside the house for where you worship the deities. I think it's just a general thing, though. I don't think it specifically refers to Durga Devi. I could be wrong, but I think it. Yeah, I've seen this a lot, though. In Jaiva Dharma also it comes up. So. There, however, the watchman alertly kept guard. Raghunātha Das was thinking of various means by which to escape their vigilance. Oh, and I know it's past 8 o'clock now, so if anybody... Oh, it's 8:14. If anybody needs to go now, you're totally free to go. Yeah, Daṇḍa-mahotsava pranams for anybody who needs to go. I'm going to read up till 8:30. Yeah, all right. And tomorrow also we're not going to be having our program because it's I'm going to be joining Chandramukhi Didi's Dashmula Shiksha program. So yeah, if you're leaving now, just letting you know that we'll have our next Bhakti Vinod Kiti Dada session the day after tomorrow. Right. So at that time, all the devotees. Okay, so Raghunātha Das Gosvāmī was thinking of various means by which to escape their vigilance. At that time, all the devotees of Bengal were going to Jagannath Puri to see Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Raghunātha Das could not accompany them, for they were so famous that they would have been caught immediately. Thus Raghunātha Das thought deeply about how to escape. And one night, while he was sleeping on the Durga Mandap, the priest Yadunandanacharya entered the house when only 4 dandas remained until the end of the night. Yadunandanacharya was the priest and spiritual master of Raghunātha Das. Although born in a Brahmin family, he had accepted the mercy of Vasudev Datta. Yadunandanacharya had been officially initiated by Advaita Acharya. Oh, I didn't know that. Thus, he considered Lord Chaitanya his life and soul. When Yadunandanacharya entered the house of Raghunātha Das and stood in the courtyard, Raghunātha Das went there and fell down to offer his obeisances. One of Yadunandanacharya's disciples had been worshipping the deity, but had left that service. Yadunandanacharya wanted Raghunātha Das to induce the disciple to take up that service again. Yadunandanacharya requested Raghunātha Das, "Please induce the Brahmin to resume the service, for there is no other Brahmin to do it." After saying this, Yadunandanacharya took Raghunātha Das with him and went out. By that time, all the watchmen were deeply asleep because it was the end of the night. East of the house of Raghunātha Das was the house of Yadunandanacharya. Yadunandanacharya and Raghunātha Das talked together as they went toward that house. Halfway along the path, Raghunātha Das submitted at the lotus feet of his spiritual master. He said, "I shall go to the home of that Brahmin, induce him to return, and send him to your home. You may go home without anxiety. Following your order, I shall persuade that Brahmin." On this plea, after asking permission, Raghunātha Das decided to go away. Raghunātha Das thought, "This is the greatest opportunity to go away, because this time there are no servants or watchmen with me." Thinking in this way, he quickly proceeded toward the east. Sometimes he turned around and looked back, but no one was following him. Thinking of the lotus feet of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityānanda Prabhu, he left the general path and proceeded with great haste on the one not generally used. Giving up the general path from village to village, he passed through the jungles, thinking with heart and soul about the lotus feet of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. He walked about 30 miles in one day, and in the evening he took rest in the cowshed of a milkman. When the milkman saw that Raghunātha Das was fasting, he gave him some milk. Raghunātha Das drank the milk and lay down to rest there for the night. At the house of Raghunātha Das, the servant and watchman, not seeing him there, immediately went to inquire about him from his spiritual master, Yadunandanacharya. Oh my God, where has he gone? Yadunandanacharya said, "He has already asked my permission and returned home." Thus, there arose a tumultuous sound as everyone cried, "Now Raghunātha has gone away!" Sound of distress like that. Polaila Raghunātha, utilo kolahal. Kolahalo, yeah. Raghunātha Das's father said, "Now all the devotees from Bengal have gone to Jagannath Puri to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Raghunātha Das has fled with them. 10 men should immediately go and catch him and bring him back." Raghunātha Das's father wrote a letter to Shivananda Sen, asking him with great humility, "Please return my son." In Jankora, the 10 men caught up with a group of Vaishnavas going to Nilachal. After delivering the letter, the men inquired from Shivananda Sen about Raghunātha Das. But Shivananda Sen replied, "He did not come here." So amazingly, he sent 10 people to bring Raghunātha Das Goswami back. That's a lot of people. I guess if he tried to escape there... Yeah, anyways. The 10 men returned home, and Raghunātha Das's father and mother were filled with anxiety. Raghunātha Das, who had been resting at the milkman's house, got up early in the morning. Instead of going to the east, he turned his face south and proceeded. He crossed Chhatrabhog, but instead of going the general path, he proceeded on the path that went from village to village. I've been to... Chhatrabhog was part of our preaching field when I traveled to Tirthamarsh. Feeling separation from his herd. Oh, it's sad. All right. Not caring about eating, he traveled all day. Hunger was not an impediment, for his mind was concentrated upon obtaining shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sometimes he chewed fried grains, sometimes he cooked, and sometimes he drank milk. In this way, he kept his life and soul together with whatever was available wherever he went. He reached Jagannath Puri in 12 days, but could eat only for 3 days on the way. Whoa! In 12 days, he only ate 3 days. Bara dine choli gela Shri Purushottam, pate din din matra korila bhajan. Wow. When Raghunātha Das met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord was sitting with his companions, headed by Swarup Damodar. Staying at a distant place in the courtyard, he fell down to offer obeisances. Then Mukunda Datta said, Here is Raghunath. Prabhu kohen aisho teho dhorila charan, uthi Prabhu kripai tare koila alingan. As soon as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard these words, he immediately welcomed Raghunātha Das and said, Come here, he said. Raghunātha Das then clasped the lotus feet of the Lord. But the Lord stood up and embraced him out of his causeless mercy. Raghunātha Das offered prayers at the lotus feet of all the devotees, headed by Swarup Damodar Goswami. Seeing the special mercy Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had bestowed upon Raghunātha Das, they embraced him also. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, The mercy of Lord Krishna is stronger than anything else. Therefore, the Lord has delivered you from the ditch of materialistic life, which is like a hole into which people pass stool. Whoa. Raghunātha Das answered within his mind, I do not know who Krishna is. I simply know that your mercy, O my Lord, has saved me from my family life. the Lord continued, "Your father and his elder brother are both related as brothers to my grandfather, Nilambar Chakravarti. Therefore, I consider them my grandfathers. Since your father and his elder brother are younger brothers of Nilambar Chakravarti, I may joke about them in this way. I'm guessing, though, I could be wrong, but I think that it's not his blood brothers, but they're like brothers, like they were both maybe like together in the same village or something like that, and so they're like brothers. Because I don't think Raghunātha Das Goswami is like a relative of Mahaprabhu in that way. But I mean, if I'm wrong, anybody can correct me. My dear Raghunātha Das, your father and his elder brother are just like worms in stool in the ditch of material enjoyment. For the great disease of the poison of material enjoyment is what they consider happiness. Although your father and uncle are charitable to Brahmins and greatly help and they greatly help them, they are nevertheless not pure Vaishnavas. However, they are almost like Vaishnavas. They are Vaishnaver Prai. Shuddha Vaishnav nahe hoye Vaishnaver Prai. Those who are attached to materialistic life and are blind to spiritual life must act in such a way that they are bound to repeated birth and death by the actions and reactions of their activities. From his own free will, Lord Krishna has delivered you from such a condemned materialistic life. Therefore, the glories of Lord Krishna's causeless mercy cannot be expressed. Seeing Raghunātha Das skinny and dirty because of having traveled for 12 days and fasted, Lord Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, his heart melting due to causeless mercy, spoke to Swarup Damodar. My dear Swarup, he said, I entrust this Raghunātha Das to you. Please accept him as your son or servant. Wow, let's read the Bengali for that. E Raghunātha ami sampinu tomare putra bhritya rupe tumi koro angikare. There are now three Raghunathas among my associates. Tin Raghunātha nam hoy amar gane. From this day forward, this Raghunath should be known as the Raghu of Swarup Damodar. Swaruper Raghu aji hoite ihar name. So now his name is Swaruper Raghu. So Mahaprabhu has three Raghunaths with him, but to not get them confused, this Raghunath's name will now be Swaruper Raghu. Saying this, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu grasped the hand of Raghunātha Das and entrusted him to the hands of Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami. Eto kohi Raghunāther hasta dhorila, Swaruper hastetare samarpana koila. Swarup Damodar accepted Raghunātha Das, saying, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, whatever you order is accepted. He then embraced Raghunātha Das again. Let's read that. Swarup kohe Mahaprabhu jai agya hoilo, eto kohi Raghunāthe puna alingilo. I cannot properly express the affection of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu for his devotees. Being merciful toward Raghunātha Das, the Lord spoke as follows to Govinda. Chaitanyar bhakta vatsalya kohite na pari. On the way, so Mahaprabhu said to Govinda Das, on the way, Raghunātha Das has fasted and undergone hardships for many days. Therefore, take good care of him for some days, so that he may eat to his satisfaction. Then Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, we only have 3 more minutes left, so I'll be ending soon. Then Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu told Raghunātha Das, go and bathe in the sea. Then see Lord Jagannath in the temple and return here to take your meal. After saying this, Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu got up and went to perform his midday duties, and Raghunath met all the devotees present. Having seen the causeless mercy of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu upon Raghunātha Das, all the devotees, struck with wonder, praised his good fortune. Raghunātha Das took his bath in the sea and saw Lord Jagannath. Then he returned to Govinda, the personal servant of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Govinda offered him a plate with remnants of food left by Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, and Raghunath Das accepted the prasadam with great happiness. Anandita hoya Raghunātha prasada paila. Raghunath Das stayed under the care of Swarup Damodar Goswami, and Govinda supplied him remnants of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu's food for 5 days. Wow, that's a lot of remnants of Mahaprabhu. 5 days, every day, Mahaprabhu's remnants. Beginning from the 6th day, Raghunath would stand at the gate known as Singadwar to beg alms after the Pushpanjali ceremony, in which flowers were offered to the Lord. Anyways, this goes on longer and longer. Yeah, I think maybe we should end here. Here, let's just read a summary of this from this, in these last 2 minutes that we have. I'll just read from Srila Bhaktivedanta Bharati Gosai Maharaj. Let's type in Singha. I think that will find it. Singha. Hey. Oh, sorry. I thought I had opened this. Sorry guys, 1 second. Yeah, here. Singha. Next. Wait. Gate. Jagannath. Anyways, sorry. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna end here because it's already 8:30. So, but yeah, if you'd like to continue reading this, that we left off from verse, what was it? Verse 219, or no, somewhere like that, 215, like that. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Rupa Raghunātha, Jaya Rupa Raghunātha, Rupa Raghunātha, Jaya Rupa Raghunātha, Jaya Swarupe Raghu, Jaya Swarupe Raghu, Swarupe Raghu, Jaya Swarupe Raghu, Jai Swapashara, Jai Gaura Hari, Swapashara, Jai Gaura Hari, Jai Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jai Guru Deva, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari, Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai, Jai Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Jai Srila Param Gurudev ki Jai, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki Jai, Jai Swapashad Shri Gaur Nityānanda Prabhu ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopikan ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki Jai, Jai Shri Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki Jai, Jai Shri Daṇḍa-mahotsava ki Jai, Jai Daṇḍa-mahotsava ki jai. The punishment festival ki jai. Jai Shriman Nityānanda Prabhu ki jai. The Dwadasha Gopala ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaish. Jai Shri Raghava Pandit ki jai. Shri Damayanti Devi ki jai. Jai Shri Swarup Damodar ki jai. Swaruper Raghu ki jai. Raghunātha Gosvāmī Par ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Shri Shamali Dhenu ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyashta kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Dandavat pranams everybody. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams Sarveshwari Mataji, Chattamai Mataji, Hare Krishna. Shri Devi Didi, Kana Haladar, Ashray Prabhu, Manjulali Didi, Anadi Krishna Prabhu, Archana Didi, Manjari Didi, Shubhananda Prabhu, and Krishnamai Didi, Haribo, Dandavat pranams. Oh, and on YouTube and Facebook, Nuri Hari Prabhu and Bhavatarini Mataji, Vidya Lalasa Didi, and Manjari Didi, Haribo. And I see there are a bunch of other devotees, 6 other devotees. Hare Krishna, Dandavat pranams. Thank you so much for joining, and I look forward to seeing you all, well, either tonight for the Bhakti Vinod, we have a Sharanagati recital every night. So I'll either see you for that, otherwise I'll see you all the day after tomorrow for our next Bhakti Vinod Kiti Dhara program. Alright, Dandavat pranams. Hare Krishna. Just looking at the comments really quick. Alright. Haribol, thank you. Enjoyed your special guest too. Yes. Thank you. Haribol. Alright, see you all tomorrow. Hare Krishna.